minute, I've got another buy I want to share with you. I got that one. That one. Let's see. That's here. I can't see it anyways. Here. All right. Hey, you. Don't knock my camera over. Try not to knock over my camera. It's not that stable. I'm coming. I'm not going to stay on long. I really do hope I don't stay on long. I'm checking to see if I am live. I think I am. Did you need a Gary? Did you need a tablet? I'll lower. Okay, it's live. I don't think anybody's there yet, but I can see my camera going over. Oh, goodbye, camera. Okay. Okay. Boy, it's sunny. You know, it's 80 degrees today. Oh my goodness. There are people here. We've got Par, which was the first one on. She's a wrench. Karen Bowers got a wrench too. My moderators. Hello, Grace. Off Grid Dreamers. Thank you for the super thanks. That I think I just messaged you. Thank you so much. Jane Redding. Hello, Barbara Bohanna from South Carolina. Hello, a member. Kathy Young. You know, I'm going to be going through all this. And let me explain to you why I'm here. You're going to have to look in there, Gary, because I can't see where I am. I'm going to sit out here. I'm going to try. Oh, I want my tea. I'll get my tea. Oh, that's going to do a lot of good in the sun. I want my tea. Can you see if I'm even in it? They don't need to really see me. Am I in it? Yeah, you're in it. You know, I need 2 tables. So you're going to put it. Oh, you should put the table. Okay, let me tell you what I'm here for, because Gary's got some. You can't have my tea. You can't have my tea. I ordered something the other day and it just came. Boy, is it sunny. My granddaughter texted me and said, look what Target's got. And I was hesitant. I haven't bought on Target in probably over 4 years. And I looked at it and it was $20. In fact, I tagged it. It should be on this video, on this live feed. So I looked at it, it said glass, and I thought $20. What can you get for $20 with a Hummingbird? So I had to order 2 to get free shipping. I'm a member with Walmart, so you get free shipping all the time. But with Target, I'm not a member. So I did order 2, and it came today. And let me tell you something, they're really cute. They do make other ones, and the other ones are like $38. So I was really pleased. And I thought, in case anybody loves hummingbirds or wants a little table, if you've got a Target membership, then it will be free shipping, it says. But you can put that together. Which side would you be on? Yeah, right there, and they can see you do it. So anyways, if you're interested, I went ahead and tagged it because I liked it so much, I just ordered 2 more. So I can have 2 in the garden to use, to put my tea on, and then I can use 2 on the deck, I think. You're never going to find it, and it is really a clearance. They don't tell you that, but I kind of did some research, and once it's sold out, I don't think you'll be able to find them anymore. This is mint tea with a little bit of organic regular tea. This is wood chips, so it's not going to be really sturdy. They're going to knock it over. Hold on. There you go. So I really like it. That's what I said. If I find something I really like, I will come on. There is another fountain. I tagged that the other day, but the problem was it went from 12 and people, I guess, started buying it and they raised it to 15. I haven't done a video on it. I just opened it up this morning and looked at it. I like it and I've got a lot of ideas, so I'll get that together. And that's basically it. I look frozen. Gary, am I frozen? No? Okay, then it might have been my tablet froze. Anyways, that's what's going on today. I've been working in the garden. I've been trimming out my tree collard. We're trying to get the emus. I don't know if you can't even see them. We're trying to get the emus more out in the sun and walk around. Come here, here, here. And off because you can't really see. Oh yeah, they'll get you. If I can, let's see. I'm trying to see if you're in it. Is that in your way? You should be in it. Hold on, you may not be in it. How come I don't see you? You know what? You'll have to do it here. You'll just barely be in it. I can move the camera further back, and there is a mic if you want to mic yourself and talk. I think I have a mic on. Hey guys, playing in a field of mint. Oh, to think how they are. Should we move it back a little bit? Or do you think you'll be able to see?
Well, this might work better. You can see the top of it. So.
I can move this so it's not in your way.
This comes in a white box. What did you say it was? 15 pounds or something?
No, there was a tag that said 4 pounds, not 15. 4 pounds, about the same as Zoe. And it said no assembly, but there was assembly.
Yeah, a little bit. Not much.
It looks like he's. You don't let them eat a screw.
Some wing nuts in it.
You don't have your mic.
No.
You want me to? They won't be able to hear you. If that fountain goes on, I'm in trouble. Let me go get a mic. No, no, you don't go in the house. We do not want emus in the house. No emus in the house. Here, you want it on your hat? Zoe, where's your emus?
Yeah, it's just got 4 wing nuts. So you just turn it upside down.
Hey guys.
Open the legs out like that.
So what it needed was 5 screws put in, right? 4 screws or 5? Because there's one in the middle.
There's 4 screws that are mounted to the plate itself, and 4 wing nuts.
It's hard to read the tablet with the bright sunlight. See, Kathy Young, hello. Are those vines growing across the area? That area, or is it ropes? They're probably like, that's not, if you're looking at this, that's just trees that Gary trimmed and it zigzagged all over to keep the hawks out. Heather White, hello. I'm sure I'm going to miss Grace A. What kind of camera? It's actually my cell phone. Char 8A, I hear you. Oh, in Texas, Gwen W. Hey, Vicky. Hamlet, Hamele. They can see us. Kimberly Brooks from Glendora. Not that far. Hello. Lil Mark, amazing bird garden. It's coming. It's coming. You can't see the emus. Hey guys. Here, you want to go ahead and check out my tea. Look what I've got. And they see my tea. I don't know if you can. Oh yeah, you're gonna knock it over here. Here. Now what do you think? Look. No, you still can't see. Okay, it's that you can't see the ground is the problem. They go behind you, they'll be able to see. They're watching you. And that's all there is to it. Now you have one too here. The only thing that they didn't think about is the hummingbird is bulged out. so you can see the hummingbird and feel it. So you got to be careful sitting stuff on there because it's not going to sit straight. It'll sit straight here. You can put a plate on it. But I think it's really cute with the flowers, and they came in good shape. Like I said, I ordered 2 more. I really was going to order 1, but I won't get free shipping, and there's no use spending $8. And that's all. So if you're looking for something like that,
and it is
there.
tiny. The specifications, the specifications.
It's on there. I don't remember. It's like 10 inches across. It's small. Peggy Johnson, hello, beautiful, from Michigan. Linda B. Oh, Linda B. I bought a hummingbird feeder, put it down. Hummingbirds came and tried to get the nectar, but couldn't figure out how to feed from it. If you, Linda, if you got the one from Walmart and they can't get into the slits, some of them have really tiny slits. I take a soldering iron. I've got videos on that, and I think it says something. It's really hard to find my videos, but you can find it where you can make the holes bigger with a soldering iron, and that's the way I make mine bigger. And now you can see their head. I should pan it down a little bit. If I go that, Zoe, what are you eating? Nothing good, I'm sure. Oh, Zoe, what are you eating? Last thing I need is a vet trip. Okay, now they'll be able to see the ground. Perfect. Boy, it's warm. It's nice. He's not hurting him. Let's see. That's all I came on for today. I have been working in the garden. I'm trying to get most of the plants that I bought planted. I have a few more. I'm also propagating and just trying to figure out how I'm going to set this up, and watering today since we're 80 degrees. Do you have a tea?
Yes.
And let's see. Yes, just do it. From Washington, Peggy Johnson. Petition. Petition. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Pat. From Downey. Okay, words aren't coming out today, and I don't know why. Heather White, hello. Nan Moses. Okay, that was retracted. Gina Siska. Par mint tea was my favorite until I tried lemon citrus basil. Interesting. I don't have any lemon citrus basil. So I'll have to think about that. Mr. Milo, let's see. Won't the emus eat your garden plant? Yes, they will. Yes, we used to have a pair of emus running loose, and then we found out it was really nice until we found out we weren't going to get any fruit off fruit trees. They would take all the buds off.
Whatever they could reach, they would browse, and you could walk under the trees. You wouldn't have to prune up to like 6 or 7 feet.
They're very curious. But yes, if they were left here when they were big, they would eat everything. Oh, this is going to be hot. My tablet's getting hot. May have to go on the inside. Do you want to sit here while I go on the inside in the shade? Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. I've got my hat, and I'm kind of in the shade, I guess.
Not me. And I should have got a hat.
Well, you could swap seats.
No. I might go get a hat and step on the inside for a minute. Wonder if how you can get. I could chase them around the yard, but my tablet's getting really hot. That's what I'm worried about. Let's see. I already said hello to Patricia. DC. Yeah, DC. It went together really, really easy. There was really nothing to it. I like it. It's cute. It's always nice to have a little table if we're going to eat outside on hot days. We have something to put a plate down or something. Linda from Nebraska, hello. Mama Bear thrives. Happy to see you both. Yes, it's warm up here in Central Coast. Also 80 degrees. Oh, with a nice breeze. We don't have a breeze. Gary, I should. Let's see, off-grid dreamers. Would you suggest them for bug hunting ticks? The emus? Gary, will
no,
they? No, guineas.
Guineas, even chickens do a really good job, but guineas are really good for ticks, depending on how much room you've got and whether you've got close neighbours. So guineas are used on the east coast for ticks. But the guineas will wander, chickens won't. So if you've got an area where you want the tick, if you've got a fenced off area where the chickens can just roam, they'll roam and chances are they're not going to leave. With guineas, once they get loose, they want to roam and they can roam miles away from your property.
You're not in the shade either. Because the shade ends there.
Okay, well, I'm looking at the image, so
It must be the way the camera's picking it up because you're really in the sun too. I wonder if they'll follow me if I come back here. Oh, sorry, I chased the birds away. Hey guys!
Robbie bought these tables off
Target.
From Target.
And this time I posted the tag. I tagged it with this live feed. So it should show up. I don't even know where it would be, but I guess if you close it out, it should be there. Yeah, it's right underneath the video. If you close it out for $20.97. I bought 2 the other day, and then today it came. Gary just opened up that one. Wasn't broke or anything, and I thought, oh, this is really cool. Put the second one together, we'll go live. And I just ordered 2 more. I mean, they're nice. If you bought a plain one, you can sometimes get the plain ones at Walmart. Nothing to it. I bought some for $7, $10. Hey guys.
Yeah, it's raised where the hummingbird is. It's been raised. If you turn it over, the bolts are actually mounted into the frame. I guess in theory you could take it apart and flip it upside down, but then you'd have a depression on the bottom of it instead of a raised center. And you can still see the hummingbird, but it's not as attractive on the bottom of it.
If you did what?
Patricia Hologoris asked, what if you turned it upside down?
I looked at it
flat?
Before he put it together. It looked pretty enough to hang on a wall or something. It was really attractive as in front of a window or something, because it is really nice. It's like embossed, the glass, and then it's you can see it's coated, so you can wash it. The paint isn't on top, so somehow when it's made, it's got the hummingbird. I don't know how they make it because it's embossed and it's glass, definitely glass. I have no idea.
Yeah, when glass is first melted, it's soft, so they probably stamped it.
But then they put another coat of glass on top. You can see you can't feel the paint. See, the paint's under a layer of glass.
Yeah, you're right. It's and it doesn't quite match up with the bottom glass.
No, that one, yeah, about the same. It kind of missed it when they did the image, but you can't really tell. But it's almost like they started to pour it, and then they pressed it, put an image in somehow.
Yeah, while it was still soft, they were able to laminate it together.
Yeah, later on, you're going to have a real nice little bite, aren't you? I don't know. It's just you could scrub it and it wouldn't come off because it's underneath the glass. Oh, you should put their food here, maybe. And now they know where their bowl is. I left my tea in the house. So that's about it. That's our big announcement for the day. Beautiful day. And I don't even know if you can hear us. Can you hear all the machinery going on at that wonderful big house on the hill? 5 years. 5 years. This has been going on for weeks. I realized this morning that's why we don't have any deer, because of all the land movement they're doing and everything. The deer don't want to be here because some walkers and people that go hiking and stuff, I asked them, have you seen any deer? And nobody's seen any deer. So Gary, do you have anything to say? I just lost my chat.
Feral farm girl. The glass, I believe, is fused. 100% sure on the process. I'm not familiar with it, but the image is between the two pieces of glass by the looks of it.
Feral Farm Girl, you're not going to garden this year? You told me you're taking a break. You're moving. You biting my pants? Oh, the table looks interesting. Look at this. You like the table? Jackie, hello, Jackie. I always say hello to Jackie. They saw that. Come here, guys. Zoe, where's your emus? You know, I could put the camera that way. That might work. Hold on. Put my tablet there. If instead, oh, I know why I didn't put it out here because they're gonna knock it down. There goes my onions, my walking onions. Oh, we like walking onions. We don't like eating it. We like tearing them apart. They can pull them and rip them and shred them and have so much fun. Oh my goodness. So if I put it there now, it won't help because now they're there. Unless I did it this way. Well, then you can't see the bird garden. Look how busy they are right now. This morning you took them out. All they did was look in the door. They wanted you to come out. My tea's in the house. Zoe, Zoe, what are you eating? It's never anything good. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come on. You can do it. You can do I don't have anything. Oh, you call me over and there's nothing. If there's any questions, go ahead and answer. I put my tablet down. I think my tablet's frozen. You know what? This one keeps freezing. It's my tablet. Gary, you're too quiet.
Okay.
I'm going back because my thing froze. It's getting hot, is what it is. Let's see, Gina, you both are living in a Garden of Eden. Connie Davison, hello. Let's see. Hi, Robbie and Gary. Hi, everyone. Let's see, they usually multi. Okay, so I'm a Nordic. Let's see. The Feral Farm Girl. I'm a Nordic girl. I don't belong. Oh, in the desert. Okay, so that's why your net's right, because it's too hot to garden, you said. But you gave your raised beds to somebody. Are they in the desert? No, I'm just asking. Elizabeth just got on. Hello, Robbie and Gary. Okay, that was a dove behind me. From Ohio, my granddaughter, special needs brother, and I are growing our first ever food thanks to you both. Oh, wonderful. Courtney Dodds, how often do you change your nectar? See, that's a tough question because I don't change my nectar because my feeder's empty at least twice a day, if not more. Should I move it there? You think it'd be better? Would they be able to see them? How would you get them over there?
Yeah, you might see them running backwards and forwards because they take off at times.
Or maybe I'll change it. May close this so they don't go in the house. And yes, they have come in the house. And you don't want them in the house. You definitely don't want them in the house. There they are there. Yep, I moved. It's so good for them to run. Gee, I could do it this way. Let's see. Where would they not knock everything down? They'll run into this. It'll be goodbye phone and everything. Oh, I have a better idea. Hold on. Can I hand you this? Put that down on the table or the chair.
Yeah, you've got questions and stuff.
Well, I'm
not
trying
sure
something. I think I can put this out of everybody's way. It may or may not work, but we'll see. I have questions? I'm trying to set this up where they can see them. I'm not important. They don't need to see me. Zoe left. She says, I've had enough. How does that look, Gary? Can you tell yet or not really?
Well, shouldn't you be able to see it on the phone?
Yeah, it's dark.
That's pretty good, I guess.
And go back a little bit more. How about that? Okay. And then I can get into the shade so my tablet won't get really hot.
Okay.
Let me see something green. No, don't you dare drink my mint tea.
Hi, Sanat Dom. Welcome from Cambodia.
Oh, Cambodia. Off-grid dreamers gifted one Robbie and Gary. Oh, they gifted somebody a membership.
Yeah.
That was fun. Thank you.
They gifted Very Happy a membership.
Oh, cool. Barry's got a membership. Barry happy. He's very happy, not very happy. You said I had a question.
Yeah, I missed.
I love all your garden zones. Oh, did you name the emus? I could not find the water fountain on Walmart that you're going to let Gary build you a. Oh, is it Gary? Okay, I actually threw. That was from. I know I kind of ran through it real quick. Pat Kruger. I'm not sure on the tunnel. I actually made a video throwing it back at you. What you think? I haven't even put that up yet. I kind of walked around and thought about it. Did we name the emus? When you name them, then you know you're going to keep them, right? No, I don't know what's going to be. No, we did not name them yet. We'll let them grow into a name. And what was the other question? You couldn't find the water fountain. As soon as I come on, like these tables, if people start buying them, even after the live feed, they come in and they see them and think, I want a table for $20, they disappear really fast. I can hear the echo under here. Go ahead.
No, hi, stylish dude. When I scrolled back up because I was trying to figure out if she had a question. Because she said, hi, Robbie, please answer. I'm a big fan. I love the Hummingbird videos. I don't think she had a question. She just wanted to say hi.
If you better not be eating emu poop. I saw something about somebody's having thunderstorms. Let's see, Lisa Darby. I love hummingbirds and I have a parakeet wish. I have a parakeet. Wish they could go out like that. A budgie? A regular parakeet?
I guess so.
Yeah, you got to be careful when you have birds outside because you never know what could really get to them. And even them, they're not running loose unless we're here. We come out here in the morning, we have coffee with Zoe and let them run around. If we sit in the house, like this is our big glass doors, they won't go anywhere. They sit here and wait for us to walk around with them. And then we've been coming out here at night and having dinner so we can let them run around. Because here's the thing, we do have coyotes and they have never come into this yard, but it's not 100% coyote proof. That side of the yard is, that side is not, and the odds are they can't get in here because there's a big wall and then a fence. They could if they wanted to, and then we still have a lot of red tails and red shoulder, yellow shoulder. Oh my gosh, the hawks.
Red shoulder.
Red shouldered.
Yep.
We have. I just got sidetracked. I saw what a bird was coming in, but it's a scrub jay. We have red shouldered and red tailed hawks, and they're really big, and they could take them in about a week or two. They probably couldn't. You should grab one, pick one up. Can't do it with the tablet. Go get him. Go get him. Hey, no, Zoe, don't. No, they're not hurting me. Well, you got a lot this day. You got a lot.
Zoe, it's okay.
Just think, I will not be able to do that to you soon. No. Oh my gosh, to think they're going to be how big? Zoe, move. No, Zoe, no. No, he's okay. She thinks something's wrong if they scream. They always scream. But I don't know, they'll be tall, about close to 6 feet when they stretch.
Yeah, close to 6 feet, maybe up to 140, 150 pounds.
Do I have this upside down?
Depends on the individual bird too.
The females are bigger, right?
Yep.
So we've been spending a lot of time out here, as more time than usual with them. So I can work in the bird garden, plant my flowers, watch them tear my flowers apart. Flowers will grow back. Are you counting them? Are they both okay? Are they okay? They're all right. And I really don't know what's going to be. I don't know. I don't think he does either.
Well, I'm hoping our friend takes them back. So
Oh, she'll take him in a
yeah,
second. I just haven't said. She's waiting, but she's out of town. She's at a show with her animals. So the whole thing was an accident. We weren't even supposed to end up with them. We've done emus. Gosh, what did we figure? It was almost 30 years ago, wasn't it?
yep.
And we had emus, and then we ended up with a pair for almost 30 years. No, probably not 30. Probably about, they were 10 when we got them, so probably about 20 years. And they're a lot of work, and they eat a lot of food because it all comes out as fast as it goes in. If we don't keep them, the person that will be getting them is really close by, like really close by. So we could still walk them, we could still bring them here, you could still see them. I don't know. And they've got two twin girls. So how do you give one back and not two? Two twin girls that are really into animals. So we'll see. But right now they don't have any way of raising them as babies, and so I think you already know the story. She works for a facility that they weren't even supposed to be together, and they didn't want any babies. Any babies hatch, anything happens, they don't want them. And then two of them accidentally hatched because with rainstorm, the two emus got together, the male and female, and then the male was sitting, and they left them sit on two clutches of eggs. And out of the blue, two babies hatched, and then they didn't look good. They were wet. They were weak, of course, because they had just hatched. And she panicked, and they didn't want them. So she came running over here with them, even though we said no. She knows our no. And cleaned them up and warmed them up and Zoe and gave them food. And so now they're here. And that's how they ended up here. But they weren't even supposed to be here. It wasn't anything planned. But we know how to raise them. That's why they came running over here, right? I mean, they're fun when they're this size. They'll be fun when they get a little bit bigger. But you'd have to really have a good size pen for them. You don't want them running loose. Not because I mean, no coyote at this point will take them. The only thing that could take them would be a mountain lion. But the point is, anything that's in the pen is basically their food. So it's a lot of work. I'll leave it up to Gary. This way I'm out of it. Do you have anything to say?
No.
So you've been working in your garden today.
Yep.
I have been working all over the place. I've been working here. I've been trying to get a little bit organized in the rainbow garden and the chair garden. I've got to do my ginger. Ginger popped up today. So now I've got turmeric came up 2 days ago. I think June 1st, when I did the garden tour, there was one on the deck. And then the second, I found one here in the garden, and I've got it in a tote. And then today, I found ginger coming up in the front yard. So I have to get to that today. Because if I'm going to break it apart and get into it, the best time to do it is before they grow. So I'm going to get my ginger and turmeric set up. And I think I'm going to set some up in the bird garden. And I'll tuck it away in like shaded areas so it gets a little bit of sun and shade and see how they do. That should be really nice. I don't plan on putting any on the deck. What's growing on the deck is when I eat turmeric, if I don't just scrub it and eat it or use it, and if I peel it, when you peel turmeric, the peel, like you peel a carrot, grows. It doesn't work that way on ginger, but it does on turmeric. No, Zoe, she's not bothering me. She's so protective of me. She's protective of the emus. If you see anything, make a comment, Gary. Um, Par is writing, Robbie and Gary are very knowledgeable for sure. In animals, and that's what people always call us. Used to get calls 3 and 4 in the morning. We have a problem, even from vets. We have a problem. Not from vets at 3 in the morning.
I think Stylist Tube had a question, how long have you loved hummingbird feeders, or how long have you been doing hummingbird feeders?
6, 7, not that long. I used to periodically put out a hummingbird feeder here and there because we didn't have much as far as hummingbirds. I would say 2016 maybe I started putting out a hummingbird feeder, and then it just took off from there. It wasn't something I didn't move here back in '88 and just stick hummingbird feeders all over because I rarely saw hummingbirds. So it was kind of, I think, a process of changing the area and then starting to understand them more and then put out feeders and then getting more and more hummingbirds coming. So it hasn't been a lifetime. In birds, pretty much almost a lifetime for both of us. But in hummingbirds in general, I'm going to say, gosh, I don't think it's even been 10 years. It hasn't been that long.
No, I don't think.
7 years, about 7. You can go back to the first YouTube videos, and you'll see there how long. Because I'm not sure myself, but it hasn't been that long. Not as long as you would think.
And we got 100,
Zoe?
100 thumbs up. That's cool.
Oh my. Zoe, you do not eat emu food. You know how expensive that stuff is, Zoe? Yep. Actually, her food's more expensive. Are they eating the new food that came?
I mixed it in half and half.
Does it look like the typical Missouri? I didn't even know. I'm asking Gary.
No, it's a little.
It looks like the parrot Missouri?
No, it looks more like the regular emu pellets, but smaller. It's got alfalfa in it because it's green. I can see that.
They put the green in.
So they like the alfalfa. So the regular pellets, I've got them off the chicken mash.
So now they're just on the emu.
Emu pellets, and now the emu starter.
That'll be good. I'm glad that came. That came today too, with the tables.
Okay, we've got a message that's sold for review.
It won't let me see it.
Oh, maybe that's the
okay, maybe
Stylish Tube has put a lot of
emojis. That could be. That could be. Okay. And I'm thinking Par, somebody already released it.
I just did.
Okay. Let's see. Fixing to storm here where we live in Ohio. That's so nice and wonderful. Took the emus. I know. She calls. I have emus. We're not supposed to have emus. Can you take care of them? I couldn't even find you. You were in the yard somewhere. No. That's what I said to her. But they're gonna die. They're just laying here. We don't know what to do with them. No. Okay. She showed up. I'll find Gary.
Yeah, Devetta, at this point, we're not planning on keeping him. Our friend that brought him over.
It's over there.
Oh, our friend that brought him over, she'll be, when they get bigger, hopefully she'll be getting them back. So that's what I'm looking at.
She's got a farm. I mean, come on. She doesn't have any emus on her own farm. She's got a donkey. She had 2 donkeys. She had offered one to Gary, and Gary almost took it. I would like a little donkey, not a big full size, but he didn't take it. He almost took it.
She's got a.
Does she have a sheep?
She's got no more sheep. No more sheep. The little pony.
She's got Lilliputians. What do they call that? They don't call them Lilliputians anymore. The miniature horses.
Yeah, she's got
a miniature horse.
One of those, and she's got a full-size horse too.
Yeah, she told me to get one. She said, "You always wanted a horse." I always wanted a horse. Everything in grammar school, every paper from kindergarten all the way through 6th grade, I would draw a little horse in the corner because I always wanted a horse. She always tells me, "Get a horse. Leave it at my house. I'll take care of it." No. Then she's got llamas. Oh, I don't know what she's got over there. Chickens, guineas. She's got guineas. So this would be a good addition for her. I think it'd be a really good addition for her. because she's already talking now. They don't want us. They don't want the emus, but if I hatch them, can you take the next batch? That will be up to Gary. I don't know if we'll be. Actually, he would have to set up the incubator. We'll see if that's going to be up to you if you want to hatch more. I mean, you said you enjoy raising them.
Yeah, I enjoy raising them. I enjoyed having them years ago. They were enjoyable while we had them, but there's a lot of things in life you sort of think, yeah, that they were great while they were here, and afterwards you think, well, maybe you sort of want to take things a little easier. Like Karen Funko.
$10. Oh my goodness!
Thank
Thank
you,
you so
Karen.
much for the super chat. Super chat. Yeah, super chat. Thank you. Oh my goodness! Look at the emoji jumping up and down. Oh my goodness! Thank you so much. Yeah, I don't know. We still have the incubators from the emus when we hatched them years ago, and you modified an incubator, and he had to make it really tall, and that was a long time ago. So we still have them. Do they even work? You could make them work if you
Yeah,
had to. I don't know. I haven't told her yes or no because we have till December. That's when they usually start laying before Christmas. So we'll see at that point. Zoe, what are you eating? Because it's never.
stylish tube. Yes, I do like. I like birds and hummingbirds.
Oh my goodness.
And let's see, feral farm girl. Yeah, they are. I would say they're one of the most challenging ground birds to raise that I've raised. I've raised a lot of different things. Chickens are the easiest. Guineas are fairly easy, uh, but emus, they're if you can keep them, it's hard. There's a lot of issues you can have with them trying to raise them, especially when they first hatch and until they get kind of even to adult size. You just have to be mindful of how you keep them. Like you have to think about the surfaces that you've got them on for their feet because their legs can splay out. There's a lot of different issues with emus that you don't get with, say, chickens. Chickens are really, to me, very easy to raise.
You're so busy. Yeah. Don't you? I'm not. Don't worry. You don't have to be. What do you got on your nose now? Yeah, there's a lot of challenges with them, and they're only what? Oh, today's Wednesday, so they're 3 weeks old today, right?
Yeah,
They're not 4. I think they're
three
three
weeks
weeks
old.
old today. She brought them over on Wednesday in the afternoon.
And yes, I agree. They do. I think they do better if you've got more than one. They
We're,
keep each other company, and especially when you're trying to get them to feed, you know, one will watch the other, and they'll sort of try different foods. But if it's by itself, it has to figure it out itself. It's a lot
how
easier to get them to eat if there's more than one.
how lucky that 2 hatched,
Yeah,
because then it would have been a battle. You can do it, but it would have been tougher. And we were trying to figure out we have no chicken eggs and no chickens due to hatch. I didn't know anybody that had any baby chicks, anything to get in there with them when they're little. But that was pure luck that out of something like 16 eggs, and it was 2 clutches that were left because nobody bothered with the male sitting on them, that 2 actually hatched. So that worked out really good. And the other eggs were no good. She went through them afterwards and she got rid of the bad ones right away in hopes that anything that felt like it had a little weight and was maybe good, she broke them too to see, but none of the other 2 were any good. Read what Feral Farm Girl wrote, because I'll let you take that
which
one.
where's that?
All the way, almost on the bottom.
I had to use a mirror
Yeah,
to fool it into thinking wasn't alone.
yeah. I'm thinking of your guineas on the
Oh, the
side.
guineas. Yeah, I've put a vanity mirror
A
in
medicine cabinet.
a medicine cabinet in with my guineas, and they sit in front of it and look at themselves. So they're curious. I think they enjoy looking at themselves in the mirror. Someone suggested it in one of our videos that the mother used to have a mirror in her garden for the guineas to look, and sure enough, they seem to enjoy that.
And the reason he has a medicine cabinet with a mirror is anytime I used to go to the thrift store, and if there was one there for a couple bucks, and you bought a whole bunch of them, you've got a whole bunch of medicine cabinets in your greenhouse
Yeah.
room in the house. He's got them in any building. He can just pop them on there, and he's got the mirror with the door. He can open them, store things. He's got them everywhere. So he had one extra, and he put it for the guineas. And you'll see the guineas sit there and they look at themselves. She didn't like mirrors in the beginning. Anytime she saw a mirror, she'd growl and snarl, and she'd come get us, and she'd show us there's something there. Now you don't care too
You can
much.
tell the difference between the two. One's larger, and one's browner. Like they're two different shades too. Just looking at them without even thinking, you get used to seeing the two different shades.
Devetta, is that how you would say it? Young.
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with the mother and father. It's actually the opposite. The female goes around laying eggs in a nest and has nothing to do with the babies or the eggs. The male is the one that sits, and he sat for 3 months. And that's why it's good he's off the eggs now, because they don't eat during that time. They don't move. He's fine. He just had so many eggs that he was still sitting on that when the babies hatched, he was kind of like not interested in the babies. All he wanted was to sit with the eggs. And so he wasn't taking care of them. And that's why she brought him over here. But they're both fine. But the person that owns this piece of land, it's kind of a piece of land, and he's got animals on it for a few animals. He has this girl we know hired to take care of everything, but he doesn't want any more. So if something happens, basically, he told her he doesn't want anything to do with it. And they were separate. So the male was kept separate and the female was kept separate. I guess I don't know if it's okay to say what happened with one of them, or maybe not. It doesn't matter.
I don't know.
There was actually 4 emus on the property, and one night they lost 2 of them. Uh, Quickly, they lost 2 of them, and it turned out a mountain lion had come through and taken them and took them away. We know it was a mountain lion. So, anyways, he didn't want any babies. He didn't want any more. They had them separate. Then we had the real bad rainstorm where, land and everything was slipping. The roof caved in. Apparently, he had a big shelter, and the roof came down with the rain. And then something happened. They had to open up the whole pen. So now you had male and female emu together. And that's how they ended up with the babies, because now they were together. She said, I never saw them breed, but it's so quick anyways. She'd have to be there like all the time. So they did breed, did lay, they hatched out 2, and now it's up to her if she wants to leave them together. Well, they'd have to rebuild the pen anyways to separate them. But if there's any more eggs, it's basically take them away and blow them for artwork. You blow them out. Or if she leaves them, again, it's up to who's going to take care of him, because the owner doesn't want anything to do with he just wants his property the way it is. He doesn't want any extra animals on it. So that's basically how it stands on that. So it'll be up to Gary if he wants to hatch him out. If he wants them, he can take the eggs in December and hatch them, or she knows now how to take better care. We told her on the clutch if he sits.
Yeah.
And we could go over there and even candle the eggs. We used to candle eggs, and this way only let him sit on the good eggs, and then do it that way too. Because before they didn't care. He was sitting on too many, and it didn't work out. It did. You got 2. It worked out. It worked out perfect right now. If she takes them, the reason it's perfect is on the property there, there's more family members living there, and one of them's got a set of twin girls. They had another baby, but the baby won't know. I mean, literally like a couple weeks old. So the twin girls would each have one. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Either way, she's getting one. I told her, because she was like, "Oh, I thought with all the work and everything you put into it, you won't give them back." I'd give him. She went away. She doesn't even want to come over here. She's afraid we're going to give him back too early. Do you want to come see him? And she comes over, but she's afraid we're going to box him up and hand them back. And she wants us to raise them, and she'll take him back later. So we'll see. We'll see how. She said if we didn't want to give him back, we could have him. She's thinking we're going to keep one, and she's going to keep one. But like I said, we don't know. We have no plans. It isn't something I woke up one morning and said, "Oh, I want an emu." I'd rather get a miniature cow or goat, like a little tiny goat or a miniature horse, or I don't know. What would you like, Gary?
And plants.
At this stage of his life, he doesn't want anything that has to be fed and cleaned up after with poop. Their poop is good for the garden.
Yep.
I want them in the sun. They don't want to go in the sun. I love how they run back and forth. As soon as he put him in the pen in the house, it was like they were running back, but they'd lower their head and run. It was so cute. But now, I mean, the pen is fine. It's a big dog pen. You've probably seen it on some of the videos. But the thing is, they really need to be walking a lot, and that strengthens their legs because a huge percentage end up with major leg problems, and that's what we're hoping that there won't be any major leg problems. So we'll see what happens on that. Oh, so anyways, oh, off-grid dreamers. Do they make a good guard bird? I've been reading about how donkeys and llamas are used on for farm protection. Pretty crazy. Um, they can. Oh, yes. Well, the llamas can. They can kick. They can kick too. Normally, they would be a good guard bird. The only thing that can take them down is a mountain lion, because a mountain lion would go right for the neck, take them down, and then they can take them away. And if they're too heavy to take away, then they kind of hide their prey if they can, though you can't hide it in a fenced area. I don't know. Do you know anybody when you were in Australia that had them for pets or no? No, the scrub jay wants peanuts.
Pets as in their backyards.
The
Yeah.
scrub jay. Look, they keep looking at me
Yeah, I
like,
knew people with them that had pairs of emus.
boy, they were big in. Let's see, you came out here in the 90s. It would have been, no, yes,
No, they were big
uh,
in the early 90s.
in the early 90s. I was going to get one then, and a friend of mine was raising them, and she said, "I'll sell you one for 200." And I said, "I don't really know if I really want to have one." And she said, "Really, I'm giving it to you for a good price." Then they went to 500, and then they were selling for over $1,000 a piece. It became a big fad. Everybody was going to have an emu in their house. I don't know. Everybody was going to have a pet emu. At that time, I didn't get any. They're cute when they're little, but they grow up. That's the problem. It's not like a chicken's going to get that big. It's going to get really tall. So it was something I thought about, but I didn't get it at the time. But my goodness, people were breeding them everywhere. They had them up in Oregon. People I knew in Oregon. Who else was breeding them? Somebody else. Arizona.
Yeah, I knew a guy in Tucson that
He was breeding them.
was breeding them.
Was oh my gosh, the one from the zoo. He was breeding them.
Yeah, he was
Why can't I
breeding
think
them.
of his Olson? Right?
Hey?
Mickey Olson was breeding them.
He might have, but I knew a guy. He was more a phoenix.
Phoenix. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
there's.
Mickey Olson had a lot of kangaroos. Almost got a
Yeah.
kangaroo. Another thing you have to think. Well, get you a kangaroo. I was at his zoo. I remember he said, I said, I want a little female. And he goes, if we tackle that thing down and we pull it out, and if it's a male, you're going to still take it. And it was like, no, the females make better pets. So I didn't take it.
Out of all, Karen Bowers said she thinks we need an ostrich. Now, out of all the radites, emus have got the best nature. Ostriches can be kind of dangerous, and to manage them, you need to be sort of I don't know.
I can't. What was the vet from San Diego?
Or
Stonebreaker?
yeah,
Stonebreaker
Bob
was,
Stonebreaker.
he was doing ostriches.
He was doing both.
Yeah, I forgot about that. He bought a piece of land out there, and he was raising ostriches and emus. Why in the world was he raising ostriches?
Because ostriches were the first big thing.
He wants peanuts so bad. He's going to sit here and stare at me.
Yeah,
Let
there
me
was
get some peanuts.
it was almost a get rich quick scheme, I guess. I don't know what else you'd call it. But people in the early 90s, actually in the late 80s, mid to late 80s, they started raising ostriches, and then they started raising emus. And it was kind of like people were buying them to breed them, to sell them as breeders, and there was a market for them that way, thinking that they were going to be the next turkey or the next big thing. And all of a sudden that collapsed.
The ostriches or the emus?
Both ostriches and emus. Now I think there's this idea that you can keep them as a pet, and they're still a wild bird. I don't know about keeping them as a pet. Someone even mentioned that someone had them in their house or something and they put diapers on them.
Oh.
And nah, that doesn't sort of.
That's so unsanitary.
Yeah.
Because they poop constantly. This isn't something like you have a pet parrot or something, and some people potty train them and stuff. They can go every 5 minutes, and that would be stuck on their rear, and they would end up with who knows what kind of problems.
Yeah. But they probably produce about half their body weight a day. I don't know. It's a lot.
That's the problem with feeding them. They eat like a horse. No joke. I don't know. But they would be good, like you said, as a guard. But what are we going to see? I don't know if you can see the scrub jay behind there. He wanted peanuts, and he comes and he shows me that the bowl is empty, and then I have to put peanuts out for him. I mean, they're cute. The only way I'd keep one is if it was like so attached to me, like so attached, so friendly. That would be a way. But otherwise, we don't have any plans either way. That's probably, we haven't told her that we're giving her both back. She still thinks I'm keeping both. But I told her no matter what happened, she will be getting one. So we'll see. Oh, they're talking about how everybody used to raise them and follow some of the critters.
Yeah,
Well, you know what the big thing was? I remember that because I was going to meetings and conventions. You probably remember that too. It was something you can raise for pets, you can raise for oil, you can raise for food. Remember that?
Yeah.
It's like there's everything in an emu, and you'll be making a fortune. And everybody was going to start farming emus, and then you said the ostriches too. Like you could use the whole thing, and it was like, well, that wouldn't be something I would do. But this is what the big thing was. It was farming.
I had a friend in Australia that was raising ostriches.
For farming?
Farming, yeah. Oh, well, he was raising them and selling them, raising them, selling them. I don't know what happened because I think it collapsed after I left Australia. But he cut a hole in the bottom of his pickup truck in the floor on the passenger side so they could go out and collect the eggs because the emus, the ostriches were dangerous.
Zoe?
Emus, you can move about with them. Ostriches and cassowaries, especially cassowaries. You don't really want to spend too much time in with them.
Cassowaries. There was a bird breeder. Oh my gosh, they're knocking their stuff over. There was a big bird breeder back then that had cassowaries. Do you remember? I can't remember his name. He went out. His wife, like every morning, his wife said he went out to take care of the cassowaries, and he didn't come back, and they had killed him.
Yeah.
You don't have cassowaries as pets. So, but emus and ostriches, and emus were easier to handle. They were tamer. People were all talking about that, and you didn't have to do anything yourself. You could raise them and then sell them and make money that way. It was just it was a fad. It was a fad. Like there was one time in the 70s, everybody was getting rabbits. I was living in Sunland. Everybody had rabbits because they're going to have a farm. They're going to have babies. They're going to use it for meat. It was like, and then that kind of fizzled away too. I don't know anybody with rabbits right now. But the pet market took off. That was in the early 90s. That's why they were $1,000 to $1,500 a piece. Wow. see. Joe. Okay, you're talking to off grid. Robert Escobar show, or you'll die. Okay, what was he talking about? Oh, hit the like. Let's see. Can you eat an emu? Oh yeah, you can eat emu. Do they eat emu in Australia?
Yeah,
I don't
it's
think.
not that common. I mean, well, maybe it is now. I don't know.
I don't think I've ever eaten emu. They had used to go to the grocery store for a while. I remember seeing emu hamburgers. I don't think I've ever eaten it. Have you? Have you ever eaten emu?
No, I haven't.
I don't think I've ever eaten emu. But yes, that was all a big part of it. You could have them for pets, and if you had too many males, or you would have to have a pair to raise them, you could go ahead and farm them. That was the whole idea. Let's see. How did you all get Zoe so comfortable with the bird? She seems very disinterested, unless it's on the ground. Zoe's interested in. Zoe is very unusual. We didn't know what she was going to do with the emus. When I brought her out here with them the other day, I asked Gary, and he was kind of leery. And we were surprised that she found out if we like them here, then she likes them here, and she'll watch over them. So there was nothing, there was no getting used to. She liked them right away. She recognizes this. I've never seen a dog do this. Faces. I have a
Yeah,
statue of a Yorkie. And when she saw it in the house, she was growling and screaming and yelling, and she made me come see, and it was a statue of a Yorkie. She saw it had eyes, and she knew it was something. The other day, that like a week or two ago, I was out here, and she went into hysterics, screaming and barking. She does this weird scream and bark. So I walked over. It was my angel, and she was showing me there's like a person. There's something there because she can see the. It's got the features of eyes. If she sees a face feature. It doesn't have to be a person, it can be an animal. She just is so intuitive that it's something that might be alive. I don't know if that's smart or or whatever it is, but it's so odd. Ooh, did she just get bit on the nose?
yeah.
Zoe,
Zoe,
you're gonna get bit on the nose. They pecked on the nose. So it was just bringing her out here, and you told her a few times not to jump on him or anything, and then that was the end of it.
yeah. She's she's very she listens, which is a good thing. When when as far as when you tell her things.
She knows the difference between birds and squirrels. If a
Yeah,
squirrel comes, she runs out the door, chases it all over, and tries to get it out of here. But if it's a bird, stop eating their food. If it's um, if it's a bird, no, she doesn't bother with the birds. Little birds, big birds, it doesn't matter. No, 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 no. What is she trying to eat? Greens? Okay, greens
I
are
think
okay.
she's just smelling right now.
You know, I just pecked her on the rear. He pecked you on the rear. Their peck isn't that hard. I don't even know if I trust her with an emu, a big full emu, because they peck you in the face, and that's what's scary. They look for shiny things. Right now, they're just babies, and their peck is really soft. They're just kind of testing everything. Let's see, Robbie, you really want a goat? It will eat what you grow. That's Renee King. Renee. No, I don't know if I really want. There is something I want, but
Yeah.
I'll never get it. I don't know what it's called. Black face. There's these little white sheep, and they have a black face. They're like $5,000 if you can find them, or 10,000. They're just so cute. No, I'm not looking for anything. I'm
Yeah.
actually looking to garden more, and it would be nice to make our life easier. It'd be nice to be able to go someplace for a
Mm.
day. Just
Yeah, we've had goats and we've had sheep.
we've had sheep. That's right. We had a oh my oh my gosh, what was the name of this? Barbados.
Barbados.
We had the Barbados sheep years and years ago. We've had a llama, and that was not something I had planned on, but my daughter wanted a llama.
We had a pot-bellied pig.
Oh yeah, the potbelly pig, we had him for years till he got old and died. Forgot about him. Wilbur, right? Wilbur?
Well, yeah,
Yeah, Wilbur. Yeah, we had him. that was unexpected. That I had to go somewhere. My friend had a pet facility, and I came home. I remember a little baby potbelly pig. Look how cute! He's only going to be a little bit. You came to the car and you said, "What the heck did you do?" Remember?
Yeah.
I said, "Ron said it's going to be tiny." No, it's not. I remember he said this. I said, "But Ron told me." Ron must have wanted to get rid of it. Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was.
I said, he told Debbie, my daughter, that it's going to be tiny. No, it's not. And so we ended up with Wilbur, and he slept in bed with my daughter until he got almost full grown, which was 150. He got close to 150 pounds, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
But he was a baby sleep. She'd pick him up, put him in her bed at night. It's amazing how clean they really are. They were clean. And then he got big fairly quick. And so we kept him outside in the yard and then opened the door at night. And he knew he would come in and go to the bed. He'd jump in, come in the house. If you didn't let him in the house, he was getting big. He would break the door down. At least he attempted to. So you'd open the door and he'd go straight to the bedroom at night, not even look at anything. It was the cutest thing. Straight to her room. And then what happened was he couldn't get up on the bed anymore when he got heavy. So he would come into the bedroom and he'd do a running leap. He'd get to the bedroom door and then he'd run so he could do that leap up onto the bed. Then I got to the point where my daughter was sleeping on the floor because he pushed her out. There was no room for him and her. So he got the bed and eventually he had to learn to sleep outside. So that was an experience. I forgot it. What would she be barking at?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure where she is yet.
She's in the house somewhere. I'll look in a second. So yeah, I forgot about the pop. We've had a little bit of everything. I had monkeys. We won't go there. I had a slow loris. That was fun. That was different. When I was younger and I lived in Sunland, I used to run an ad. I came up with this ad saying wanted unwanted pets of any kind except dogs and cats. It is amazing the calls back then I used to get. And my car that I was driving did not have reverse. So anywhere, my mother gave me her car. Anywhere that I had to go, I had to make sure I could turn around by not doing reverse. I couldn't get the reverse fix at the time. I think it was going to cost too much. I had no money. So the stuff I used to get was unbelievable. I think the only thing I didn't get was like no bobcat or anything like that, but I had raccoons, the stuff. People would give me all these animals and then I would take care of them and place them in the proper homes, which worked out really good. Anyways, that's a long story. Skunks are a bad rap, Elizabeth. Why are skunks a bad rap?
No, they get a bad rap.
Oh, they get a bad. Oh, you're right. They get a bad rap. I had a pet skunk. That was another call I got. I went over and somebody said they had a skunk. They didn't want it. I went over to the house. That was sad, actually. And I walk in the backyard and they show me the skunk, and it's in a tiny little bird cage. And I said, "How long have you had the skunk?" And they said, "A few months. Somebody gave it to them and they don't want it." I said, "But you can't leave it in a tiny little cage. Couldn't even turn around." She said, "Well, that's why I saw your ad and I'd love you to take it." I said, "Is he descented?" And she said she didn't know. So it was. So I actually took it to my vet. I had a vet that was a zoo vet at the time, and he probably did underground animals. There's a lot of underground animals. So I went to him, and he checked it out. I said he was healthy. She was healthy and everything. Her name was Petunia, and I kept her for a while. She wasn't really tame, and so I had somebody I knew that was doing commercials at the time, and I talked to his name was Gordon Meredith. And I went over there, I was talking to him, and I said, she's just sitting in the house in a great big cage, and I had a big one outside for a while. I said, I think she would do really good. He had like a beautiful little sanctuary with his animals. He had mountain lions and everything. And he took her and he worked with her. She was tame and he could use her for commercials, and he had her for many years. They don't live all that long anyway, so he had her, but they do get a bad rap. I like the wild ones here. That's why I have a passion for skunks. I'm so happy when I see a skunk running through because they do good. They eat snails and slugs, so they're really and they're kind of scavengers. I mean, they'll eat some fruit and stuff like that, but they really like snails and slugs. Okay, somebody's asking about Kitty, and I think Feral Farm Girl answered. Kitty's been gone for a year last March. Last March, so it's over a year now. Kitty got sick. Kitty had bad kidneys, and we kept her alive for a very long time. But she was, oh my gosh, 7, 8. I think she was 8, something like that. You know, you were eating emu food. Why don't you eat your own food that I give you? Chicken, you get all the best dog food, you get cooked vegetables. No, I want emu food. You know why? Because you're not supposed to eat it. She's like a kid. I'm not supposed to eat that, so I'm going to eat it. You need to write a book. Karen Bowers. Been there, done that. Let's see. Valerie Kreider. Nice to see you guys. Uh-oh, the video stopped, but the chat is it frozen? Hold on, I'm going to start over. No, you know what? Sometimes you have to back out of it and come back. And sometimes it's just the feed. There's something I can do with the feed, but just back out of it and then come back in. Do you see anything you can answer? I told you I was going to be on for 10 minutes.
Yeah, it seems okay.
How many acres do you have? We have 2 acres now because it started with 1, and then we already told the story. We bought the property next door because the property line was on our property, and part of the property from this was on the other property, so it worked out really good. So we ended up with both properties. So we have 2 acres now. Would you like more?
No, I think this is plenty.
This is plenty. We don't even use all of it. We've used what we need to use. Now the scrub jay's coming back. Is he out of peanuts? Probably. He's not getting any more right now. I just gave him a handful. I know I'm missing, so Gary, look through. Yeah, we did, and you know what? I still miss her so much. She was amazing, Kitty. Okay, came back now. Yeah, if you ever have it freeze, no matter who you're watching live, just go out of it, just swipe it out and go back to it, and that's usually it. Because sometimes it could be your internet, not necessarily my internet. Pat L. Oh no, the video. Okay, I read that. Let's see. Let's see if your emu had those fake little arms, like they do with chickens, they would look like raptors running around. That's what somebody said the other day. It looked like a scene from Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
It's just so funny the way they run around. Wilbur from Charlotte's Web. Yes, and that's why my daughter named him Wilbur. But yeah, like I said, she wanted a llama. Oh, mom, I have to have a llama. And somebody I knew had it. It was a really good price at the time. I told her no. Oh, I'm going to walk it every day. Don't believe your kids. Oh, I think it got walked twice. And then you were walking it.
Yeah.
You didn't like him, did you?
Well, he spat on me.
I know. I never had that problem, but because he was spitting on you, I didn't want to go near him afterwards. And when they spit really bad.
And unexpected too. It wasn't
That's
like
right.
you think, oh, I couldn't pick the behavior before it happened. It was just out of the blue.
Monsters. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. And they don't have feathers yet. You can almost feel the quills when you pet them underneath starting. Now the doves are trying to
Yeah.
come in.
Yeah, I'm trying to protect myself from the sun, and I'm trying to read the tablet too. That's why my head's down. And
I cannot see Gary. Oh yeah, he's in the sun. You told me come sit next to you, and it's like, well, that's no good. I was in the sun. If you could move over and get out
yeah,
of.
but then I'd still be looking down.
Okay. I
That's
know
the
this
issue.
is the only way to do it. Otherwise, normally people have their phone in front and they stick their face in there, and I don't really like doing that. Oh, Pat L said, okay, it's my television. You know, my TV does that too sometimes, but just back out and it will kind of like a reboot, and then you go right back in. Let's see, the Feral Farm Girl. That's nice. I had 2 acres before I lost my homestead. I had a beautiful garden there. Oh, so now you're moving. Well, maybe your next place will be really nice because it is hot in the desert to grow. You'd have to do shelter. Remember the videos I've done with the car shields? They work really good. So there's different things you can do. Now they're tired of pacing. Now that one's gonna lay back there and think I'm just gonna lay back, and you're gonna keep walking. At least we'll get a lot of good fertilizer out of them.
Okay, she was making a joke about not being able to see me.
Oh,
Um, off-grid dreamers. We don't know much about elderberries. If an elderberry flowers, will that guarantee berries? Yeah, that I don't know.
it would probably still have to be pollinated, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Or oh, maybe she wants to know if you need two plants.
I don't know how the flowers form or how the fruit forms from the flowers.
Oh, it's getting windy.
So that's something you may just have to wait and see.
It's getting windy.
Yeah, I didn't know until a few years ago that we had elderberries coming up in our yard because it resembled a plant that I knew wasn't edible in Australia, and I can't remember what type of tree it was. And I was always told growing up, don't eat those berries. So when I saw elderberries, I thought it was the same tree, and I didn't know that they were edible.
We have mulberries, right?
We've got white mulberries that are producing fruit right now.
Oh, good. They taste good. They're good. I wish we had red, but that's good.
And Valerie Kreider was asking, why is my zucchini not flowering? That would be
It depends. It would depend on how big it is. I've got one on the deck that wasn't flowering, but the plant is massive, and now it just started to flower. I did notice that I wasn't watering the deck enough because they need so much water, zucchini. I have to keep watering it. Don't let them dry out. So make sure they're getting enough water. And you can always make compost tea out of whatever you've got. Anything green, throw some green leaves and let them start to ferment a little bit, and try compost tea. They're heavy feeders. So if you put a lot of plant matter in your tote container or around it on the ground, then it will do good. But they're heavy feeders, like really heavy feeders. So I don't know if you're growing your zucchini in the ground or if you're growing in a container, and that can make a big difference too. What are your plans, Caroline? Finley, what are your plans for the rest of the day? Love your videos. Hi from UK. It's 4 o'clock. Probably you got to go.
I've got to get back to work.
Probably make dinner fairly soon. I try to eat dinner earlier if possible, and I've got to get to my turmeric and ginger and get them all planted and redone now because they're growing. I found them this morning. They're growing, and I want to do it right because last year I waited till they were that big, and then you're kind of stunning the plant when you're planting it. So I'm going to do that today, probably on tomorrow. That would be it. And then kick back later and watch TV. Oh, I got to do a video. I want to do a video on a channel that I love. It's not a channel, actually. It's a photographer that I love. I'm not in love, but what would you consider him? He's not a channel because it's.
No, he's a video.
I mean, I can tell you who it is. I want to do a whole video on that. I actually contacted them.
He's a videographer.
Video. Oh, that's not going to come out. Videographer. But he's also a photographer. Oh my gosh, I love his shows. We found them a few years ago. We've gone through all his shows that he puts up. He doesn't put them up on YouTube, but they are on YouTube because he does his shows and he puts them up for PBS, and then PBS puts them on there. Now, here's the thing. I don't know what's going to happen when I tell you all to watch it, and you all watch them and you go crazy and start watching them because there was a really good Hummingbird show that PBS put up, and I did a video on it, and it got so popular that they pulled it down. PBS, they put it up for sale. I understand they need to make money and they're nonprofit and all that, but they took the Hummingbird movie down and put up a different one instead, and they put that one up for sale. I'll tell you who he is. I want to get his name right. I don't want to butcher it. Jeff, I, oh my gosh, I knew I'm going to butcher his name. It's Italian, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hello?
Aiello.
Aiello?
Yeah.
Jeff Aiello. If I had it in front of me, because I know I've been working on that. Jeff Aiello, he's got, I'm going to have to find it.
He's from Fresno.
Let me tell you a story. Oh, you want to tell a story?
No, you,
No, you can. I found the show. I watched it one day. Then you watched it. We watch his shows. He'll put one show up. He just did one on. He did two on Scotland, right? And that the last one he did,
Yep.
Scotland. I no joke. I probably watched it 4 times, and I would watch it again. Every time you watch it, you see something different. It's only 30 minutes, and he goes out with a team of friends, and he's got. It's usually three of them. Sometimes with his wife, sometimes not, and they go someplace and they put together the most spectacular video clips, and he narrates so beautiful. I've never heard anybody narrate as good as him, and it's just something you can kick back and relax, and you almost feel like you're there. And he really shows you all these clips, and sometimes he's got I don't know all their names that go with him. There's Zach
Zach and Dave.
and Dave. And then he's got the new, it's not new. He's a photographer himself. Sometimes he goes and sometimes he doesn't,
Yeah.
a younger one. But it's actually his wife I learned something from. His wife was with him on a trip, and she pulled out this rig and she was filming something, and he went up to her and he goes, "So what do you got?" And she explained her rig, and I stood there watching it on one of his shows and was like, I need one. I need, and maybe not as expensive as hers was. I mean, they can go up in price. I need one. And I bought one and they weren't that expensive, 10, 12 bucks. And then when mine came, you turned around and you said, I need one. Because you were carrying around that other one we found.
Yep.
We got that at Fry's. They put it on sale for cheap. And this one he carries around like this. And this one you carry around like this. And so we ended up with three. He ended up with two, and I ended up with one. First, it was two and one. And then I found out he's using it more than me. So he's got two. So he can leave one in his garden. But I learned something from his wife. Anyways, I'm going to find it so I can show you. And if you know exactly what it's called, tell them. It's worth checking it out when you have nothing to do at night or you can't sleep. No, that wouldn't work. I can't watch it because I want to stay up and watch. So you can let it run, but it's so good. It's just calming, stress
Is
relieving.
it above, beyond the lens?
I think so. Oh my God. So I contacted them and I said, I would like to do a shout out on my channel. Now, why does AI corrects everything right now? Um, I asked if I can do a shout out. I didn't know what he was going to say. I was going to do it anyways. And they contacted me back and said, yes, yes, nobody knows about them. They should be getting 1,000 times more hits than they get because it's just so relaxing. I don't even think there's any commercials at all in this thing because PBS puts their own in.
Yeah. It's PBS Central Valley, Central California. And that's part of it. It's I don't know how big the audience is in Central California, but it's very rural. It's near Yosemite
Nope,
National
you had it
Park.
wrong. It's outside.
Outside.
Outside Beyond the Lens. It's a PBS. These are all the shows on YouTube, so they're free. He's been doing this for years. In fact, they told me they're doing another series right now they're working on. He travels all over the world. Sometimes he does it right here in California. Sometimes he travels somewhere else. Right now he did two on Scotland. Those are his newest ones. It was so big he had to put it in two parts. And then he did Places to Love. And then he did the High Sierra sailing. He went sailing. Oh, there's some with the in the ocean he's done. Not in the ocean, but above the ocean. He did the California Super Bloom. He went to Italy and did Italy, France, Grand Canyon, Croatia. He did two in Croatia. Kings Canyon National Park. I'm telling you, it is worth just checking it out. Like I said, I am not getting a thing out of it. I don't do things to get something out of it. I like passing on stuff that I like, and we both love it. In fact, my sister's like, I don't watch YouTube. Remember?
Yeah.
Well, you don't watch. I don't know. Do you watch me? No, I don't watch YouTube. Okay, but I sent her this. And guess what she's watching? She's watching his shows. Oh my gosh, because she wants to go to Scotland. And it was like, he's got great shows. It's just so nice. So I'll try to come up and show you what it is, but it's outside beyond the lens. It will take you either directly to some of his videos, which I'm surprised it really did here. Oh, and sometimes it will take you to PBS, and you'll have to scroll down through PBS, but it should come up fairly easy. I just typed in on YouTube outside beyond the lens, and it came right up.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, Elizabeth, you should be able to find it on YouTube. That's how we find it. We can't get their PBS here. So
no, we can't. He's where? Fresno. So his shows, when he makes them right away, end up on PBS in Fresno. We get LA, Orange County, San Diego sometimes, the different Riverside, different areas, Ventura. It will kind of be that area, but we don't get Fresno. I'm sorry, I cut you off.
no,
Oh, that was it. So, anyways, we can't get the PBS from Fresno, but you can on YouTube. Thank goodness they're posting them. And you could put underneath if you like the show, hey, Robbie and Gary Gardening Easy sent me here. Then maybe, then they'll know I wasn't bluffing because she did message me. It took a couple weeks and she messaged me back. I'm thinking his wife, but I don't know. And said, hey, if you want to give a shout out, we'd love it. She understands, I think, that people just don't know who they are because there's millions of things on YouTube. And this is something that I don't even know how we stumbled on this.
the Super Bloom, I think, was the first one.
That's how we found them?
Yeah.
And that was done, gee, I can't find, there it is. No, because that's only 2 months ago. That doesn't make any sense.
No, it was.
Maybe it's a different Super
It might
Bloom.
be a different Super Bloom.
Yeah. He is so good. Him and his wife are so good, but she's not in it all the time. They did do a family trip somewhere, so he recorded that. But it's the way he records it, the way he does narration on it, plus he does talking while he's on vacation. So you get that flow of both back and forth and just showing his land and everything and the land of where they go and everything about it. It's so beautiful. It's worth checking out. Check it out and see what you think. You don't like it, like I said, it doesn't bother me one way or the other. But that's all you have to remember is outside beyond the lens, and you'll find it. It will come up under Valley PBS, and I think you'll get hooked on it because we are absolutely hooked on his show, aren't you?
Yeah.
As soon as you see it come up, because we watch a lot of YouTube on our TV, and we'll be watching it if we're having dinner or just at night, before he goes to bed, and it will show because it knows we watch it. Oh, a new one just popped up, and we immediately watch it. But I let it run over and over and over, and then when I have nothing else to watch, even better than gardening sometimes, I go ahead and go back to some of his shows. But he is so good. I can get up here and show. I don't want to step on you. You better not be eating emu poop. Of course, I'm not supposed to do that, so I will. Where she is. Let's see. Oh, turn us around. This is it. Let's see if we can get this up there. Oops, can you see that? Now this is the Super Bloom one, and that's him. Say his name again, Jeff
Aiello.
Aiello. That is Jeff Aiello, and this is. I mean, there's so much more than this, but the way they travel and they show different things, and I don't think there's commercials through it because I think PBS set this up differently because that's him and that's his team. You see how they do the photography because he showed that nothing's hidden. You see where they're going. There's better than this one. But they have aerial shots because they've got fabulous drones. And this is not doing justice. This is just California. Boring California. And that's how it starts off. It talks about his show and then it goes right into it. You don't want it? Pass it. Skip it. And then get into the show. There's better shows than that. Hold on. So just remember outside beyond the lens. That's all you have to remember. I'm trying to see if there's something else. This is the Scottish one. He went to some of the weirdest towns. The one that was sitting on the water. That's the young guy. He's there sometimes, sometimes he's not. And he's got the other two guys that are pretty much always there. But they have such great, great shows on how they're doing all the film footage. And That's it's his baby. It's his show, and he is just so great. Check it out when you're bored. You have nothing else to watch. I think it's worth it. I still might do a whole little video on it and go over his shows, but we really like it. Leave a little comment underneath and let him know. You have anything else to say? Because I know you've got to go. I'm
Yeah,
going
I've
to have
got to
to
go.
go.
So,
Nothing else?
no,
Okay, I'm off, so don't leave yet until we say goodbye.
well, I should put them
Oh, you're
back
going to
in
have
their
to
pen.
catch them. Gary's got to catch them.
Well, it's not really that big a deal. They'll let me pick them up.
Well, they love Gary. They love Gary's mama. Actually, remember, like daddy. They would be, but they wouldn't know mom. They'd only know dad. So see if you can find it. Robbie, you would like Rick Steves' travel show too. Maybe I actually watched this travel show last night. Came up accidentally after I was watching this, where a guy took a train from L.A. to Seattle and with a sleep car, and I thought I'd like to do that. I've never been on a train. Again, you can't have so many animals when you want to do this because nobody wants to take care of everything. So I might, but I really like his show because the photography and the way he narrates and talks about it and the restaurants they go to or the food that they eat there. It's just, I can't explain it without you at least watching one or two of them and seeing his show because I don't even know the guy. I don't know anything about him, but I think I get something out of it. And it probably lowers your blood pressure too.
They're over this way.
Show looks really interesting. Silver Moon. It really is. I'm going to let you know. I'm sure I missed people because I wasn't watching all this all
Come
the
on,
time,
guys.
and I'm sorry. But
No, Zoe.
like I said, I get things when I get something out of it. Even like there's something they're using in their photography that I want to get, but I'm not sure yet how it will work. And it's kind of a slide, and I really like that. So I'm I'm looking for one, but I'm not quite there yet. And that's for doing birds. I They do the photography and they show you how they do it, but you get more on the scenery and it's I just love it. I just love a show. Like I said, my sister doesn't watch YouTube, but she watches their show. So I sent her I was texting her links. Oh, you're going to Scotland? Here, check this out. I don't watch YouTube. Check him out. And now it's like, wow. So I think it's worth checking out. Um, Food, local restaurants, and beautiful scenery of where to go if you visit. That's what they do, but it's
Zoe,
more
no.
like it doesn't make you want like you have to go to the one that Jeff is doing. It's more like
Zoe,
you really get
no.
a lot. You get a lot out of it. You get to know a little bit more of the countryside or what how the real people live. It's really interesting. Okay, so Rick Steves' show is that. Maybe I'll try that out one day soon too. Um, Robbie, oh B, I'm so late. Well, we'll do this again. We'll do it because now we're warming up. We're 80 degrees, and our nights are getting close to hitting 60 and staying there. That's why my ginger just started. So I'm hoping at night to come out here if I don't get bitten up by mosquitoes and do some stuff at night too. And sometimes I'll be honest. Sometimes I want to go on in the morning. I get up early and sit here. It's like, oh, I just want to sit here and just throw the birds out and then just start working in the garden. I've been doing a lot of work. Really happy with it. I'm not done yet. I'm going to get my auger out and I want to plant tree colored all the way along. I haven't even gotten to my strawberries yet. Poor things are suffering and they're throwing strawberries. But there's so much I want to do. But we will be coming on live more and more. Let's see, Valerie Kreider. Oh, she's talking to Joe. I just planted romaine called Little Gems. I cut them off and leave the roots. They keep producing. I usually use the outer leaves, but you could do that too. Let's see, we were just lucky to travel when kids were younger because of my spouse work. Oh wow, I really enjoyed it. I think I did very little traveling, but more traveling years ago than we haven't done anything now. Once you have so much, going on around you, then it's hard to get away. I'm hoping I would love to be able to get away. I even told Gary it'd be so nice to go to Vegas and go to Bellagio and kind of look through the plants and do different things. Does my friend still own the zoo in Las Vegas? Do you know if he's still around?
I don't know if he's even still
I
around.
knew the guy that opened a zoo in Las Vegas. I'm not even sure. I haven't talked to him in years if he's still there or if he sold it. Were they in the house? Emus pooping in the house.
No, I think it's when I picked them up.
Oh. So, anyways, we're going to say goodbye. I'm sorry if I missed anything because there's so much. Okay, Kathy. Love your hummingbird bird bass, but not finding the $10 ones. No, the other day I posted one for 12, like $12.10, and I went and bought one. I actually like it. It just came, and in fact, I got another one that's supposed to come today. It's a completely different style. And as soon as I bought it, I posted it on my latest video, like I tagged it. I'm allowed to tag products. And they raised the price right away $1. And then they raised it, so I think it's $15. But it's cute. It's so tiny, but it's cute. Tiny doesn't matter because you can make it bigger. But you have to keep checking. There's another one I saw this morning on Walmart, and that one was 13, I think. And I like it because I'm visualizing it. It looked like a swimming pool, and I thought, boy, you could really deck that out and really make it look cute. But I didn't buy it. I'm figuring I bought too many. He hasn't seen the pile yet, or he hasn't noticed. Let's see, stylus tube. I have a parrot that says, "Remember to eat what you grow." Oh, cute! What kind of parrot? What are you looking at? Birds? I know there's.
Bush tits came
Oh,
out.
the bush tits. I keep looking over my shoulder because I see so many birds coming in behind me.
I think she's got a macaw.
Oh, she's got a macaw. Okay. Anyways, thank you for sharing your emus and this video, Silver Moon. I also want to thank Off Grid Dreamers. She gave me a super thanks just before we went on. And then there was, it doesn't let you go back. Then we had some, you said who bought, was it Off Grid Dreamers bought somebody a membership? And then did we have a super thanks?
It was
super chat? There was a super chat that went through and it won't let me go back. Do you remember who gave the super chat? I'll have to go back and find it later and thank you again. Do you remember, Gary?
Not offhand.
No, and it's not there, and I don't know why. It shouldn't have. It's not coming up.
Karen Funker gave a super chat.
And you can see that, and mine doesn't. Mine doesn't show it. Okay, thank you for the super chat. I think that was it. But isn't that weird? It doesn't come up here. Maybe you have it turned different. That should not make a difference.
And Off Grid Dreamers was one that gave the membership, gifted a membership to Very Happy.
We're both under the same account, and mine doesn't show. That's interesting. She's looking for something. What do you see? Was there a squirrel there? Look at her, look at her. What do you see back there, Zoe? It's gone. It's long. She'll look for it. If she saw it, she can look for the next 20 minutes or longer for it. Please let go live tonight or tomorrow. We'll go live again soon. We're trying to set up. I'm really happy with the garden. Even in the garden, I'm trying to set up more.
Autumn Aspens has an
Important question. Why are yours coming up and I don't?
Down the bottom, I guess.
Oh, important. We have to leave for 10 days. I cannot have someone take down our feeders. What would you suggest? We have to leave for 10 days. We have to leave for 10 days. I cannot have someone take down our feeders. Oh, this is why we don't leave. If your feeders are emptied within a couple days, go ahead and fill your feeders up. And when they're empty, they're empty. If you take them down, it's only 10 days. I probably would set out all the feeders, fill them up, make sure a lot of them are in the shade if you can, because in the shade they can last for 3 days. And then when they're empty, I'm hoping, would be my hope, that they will come back every day to check. And that's what I'm hoping. They'll come back to see, oh, is there anything in it? And then if they're not, they'll leave. If you take them down completely, in 10 days, they might think there's no more flowers here. So I would go ahead and leave them up. And this way, if you're gone, you've only got a week left that they'll be out of feeders, out of food, but the feeder's still there. So they'll come back and check. Even when my feeders run empty, which I got to go do hummingbird feeders, they check. I've got one here that it shouldn't be here. I keep forgetting to fill it up. And I see him check that, and it hasn't had any food in it in like 2 weeks because I feed him in a different area. I try to keep them out of here and keep the birds separate because the orioles come in here to bathe and stuff and let the hummingbirds do what they want to do. But just go ahead and fill them up. If they're empty in a few days, then they'll be empty. That's the way I would do it. And during that week, they'll keep coming back. They'll see it and they'll think, "Oh, I'm going to run and scream in a minute." That's a bumblebee coming at me, Gary. Um,
Yeah,
big
I
black
saw
one.
it.
And anyways, they'll come back and check. Then when you get home, just take them all down, wash them real good, and get one or two out right away because they're going to come back and look for them. That's the best you can do if you don't have anybody else to do it. Barbara Bohanna, great idea. That's the only thing you can do. That's what I would do. Because this way their little mind will be, I wonder if that flower is working yet. It's like, oh no, it's not. But if you take it down, one, two, they'll come all those days. It's like, well, the flower's not here
Okay.
anymore.
Can you take it from here because I really have to run?
Okay, go ahead and run. I'll take it from here. Unless we just all say
Okay.
goodbye real quick. You know what? We can say
Okay.
goodbye. I'll let Gary sign us
No,
off.
no, no, no.
No. What?
Don't make me do
No, you can say goodbye. I say goodbye. Hold on.
that. Okay.
Oh, wait, hold on. You know what? If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. I don't know what D made Nash. What's up? It's repeating. We'll do it again. I don't know. Anyways, okay, it wasn't macaw. You were right. All right. I think the best thing is because I do have to go do hummingbird food. Thank you so much. Where's the camera? There it is. Thank you. I'm going to have Gary say, because I know he has to run and I do have to run. And I told him it was only going to be 5 minutes and we've been on for 101 minutes. So that is my mistake. So I'm glad you could see the emus and everything. Go ahead and say goodbye. You don't have
Okay.
to go through anything.
No. Yeah. Goodbye. Thanks for visiting, and I'll catch you next time. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to eat what you grow. Goodbye.
Sounds good. And I'll say goodbye one more time. Thank you, moderators. Thank you for the super things, super chats. And I can take you quickly around the garden. Oh, you've got the mic. Don't go out. Do
Yeah,
it.
I know. I've got to
Okay.
shut that
And
off.
that's the garden. And this, you know what? Hold on. I'm going to raise you up before I put you down. Hold on. And I'm going to see if I can lower this. I'll show you the garden real quick because I'm so excited with it. I don't know where Zoe went. Gary, don't let Zoe out the front door. I don't know where she is. Okay, that's where she is. She's there. That's a good thing because she will shoot out the front door. You know what she did the other day? We did not know a door was open, and she left, and we couldn't find her. And when I went out, I called her. She came right to me. I thought, oh my gosh, oh boy, I'll tell you that was scary. So, anyways, that's the garden. Here's my poppies that we got. You probably, if you saw the video, and then there's the pansies. Oh no, petunias, the geraniums, and more poppies. I don't know what this was. It didn't have a label, and I only got one, so we got that. This is columbine. I grew it, and it still doesn't flower. I don't know. And then and that's it. Like I said, I've been really working. Oh, I didn't do my video. That's the pump I fixed. And you said you want to know what happens if you cut the wire. Gary used to fix them for me, and I did it differently, and that has worked wonderful. That was a fountain that some rat or squirrel came through and cut the wire, and I put that up. I'll try to get to the video. I haven't done that, but I set that up yesterday. I'll see if I can get to that soon. These came up wild. That's the forget-me-not, the blue ones. They came up wild by our ponds, and I dug some out. That one did really good. This one's kind of making a comeback. I'm digging it out of the ground and moving it. This I moved, but then it grew in that bucket. So it's milkweed. This one I moved yesterday. It doesn't look happy. I should trim it all the way back and hope that it makes it. And that's it. What are you looking at? Zoe, what are you looking for? Is there something? What is it? And that's it. I'm just slowly working down here. I set this up yesterday. This is the angel that she didn't notice was here the other day, and she came up to here and she was growling and growling. She thought it was a little person. She recognizes faces. It's very strange, very strange. It was very difficult because we have like a mirror in the house with the closet, like a full closet mirror, and she would go into hysterics constantly every time she walked by and saw herself. So she's getting better, but she looks at faces. I don't even know how else to say that. And that's I've just been working in here, but I've been keeping it sparse. That's my oh, you've seen this on the garden tour. My 4 o'clock's there. Keeping a lot of space so I can go to the nursery if I see something now and I've got places to put it. Another thing I picked up at CPG, there was two little ones in there. I don't know. I think they're phlox. That's in there. And then I've got my potatoes, and I would like to put some more. Oh, some more tomatoes. See how nice that is? Now that we're warming up, they're greening up because they've been yellow because we've been so cold. And that's it. It's getting there. Like I said, it looked really good, and then I started moving dirt around. Dirt. So I've been moving that around, and I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do here, but I did move that. I picked up that log all by myself and moved it. It was out here, and I didn't like it where it was because I couldn't see it. And I thought, I'm going to move it because Gary laughed. It must have been light. It was not light. It weighed a ton. But anyways, I moved it. Now I've got walking onions. They look so exotic next to the water. So I'm getting there. I'm getting there. So that's what's going on. And like I said, when we're out here, see that it's too low here. This is the reason. See this little gate? If a coyote walked by here, there's no big deal of him leaping over. I have never seen one on any of the cameras in here, but that's not to say they can't. Gary said he's going to change all this. It just everything takes time. He put up the chain link back there. He wants to put up a big gate here, and that would make it much better. And that's it. And there's my tree colored going. I've been trimming. Oh, that's what I was doing this morning. I'm trimming all the tree colored sides off because the plant is dying. And I want to get it out, which won't be too bad because then I'll have my view back. And that would be nice. So I've been working on that this morning. What else? I've been trimming down the mint, trimmed a lot of that. That's what I'm drinking because this is really a no-no. I've got to make sure everything at my feet are cleared because the rattlesnake that we had to have removed was right out that gate last week. So we do know with the house that they're working on there, I talked to my neighbor this morning and told her that, oh, I don't want to leave my tablet out. Okay, let me move my tablet because it's in the sun. Just put it in the shade. Sorry, electronics don't like the sun. With all the moving and land that they're kind of shuffling around, they're driving anything that's up there out. And I did notice that that's why we have no deer right now because of all, I've never seen a house that took what, 6 years to build? I don't know. I just hope they would finish it already. But anyways, that's about it. So it's driving a lot of different things around. We have a lot of gopher snakes. I don't see one around here right now. I happen to like my gopher snakes. My neighbor found one in her yard. We were over there the other day and I said, no, no, leave the gopher snakes. There's one that lives around here. I said, don't worry about the gopher snake. They're really good because they'll go ahead and drive the rattlesnake out because it's his territory. So far I haven't found ever a rattlesnake in here. That's not, but Gary, I think he wired. It's getting hot. So that's it. So everybody, thank you. I just wanted you to see the emus because they are growing up so fast. It's it's amazing how big they're getting. And I didn't see it in the beginning. My neighbor came over about 5 days ago. It's like, they're so big. I'm thinking, they kind of look the same, but they don't. Oh, look at the flowers. These are so pretty. They think I didn't even have to plant these. They came up on their own, the blanket flower. I'm trying to see if that's a plane or a balloon. I don't know what it is. It's turning. So it's probably a plane. It's quiet. That's really strange. Hold on. No, I guess it is a plane. You probably can't see it. Yeah, it must be a plane. All right. So with that, no, I'm not ending yet. Cancel. Give me a second. So with that, have a wonderful day. Hope you enjoyed this. If I bored you, I'm sorry. Go check out Outside Beyond the Lens. See what you think. Tell me what you think. I happen to really like that. And I'm going to go ahead and get some stuff done. I got to get my ginger and turmeric done because they're growing. So with that, have a wonderful day. And don't forget to eat what you grow. Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you for everything. Bye-bye.